Hello, I'm Keith Schildroth, the Ward 5 City Councilman. I'm here tonight with Council Action to talk about our meeting that we had on December 8th, our last meeting of the year. We had one public hearing on the agenda. Unfortunately, Mr. Alan Kopsick was not here, so we postponed that to our January 12th meeting for next year. He's planning a restaurant on Newhalls Ferry Road, and hopefully he'll be able to make the 12th meeting and tell us about his plans for the restaurant. We had bills for second reading. Two of the first bills for second reading were in the 7th Ward. They concern street closures due to the MoDOT project with heavy traffic off of Washington. It was Ordinance 10147, authorizing the permanent closure of vehicle traffic access to Lynn Meadows Lane as it intersects with Washington. That's in the 7th Ward, and Ms. Pagano had several meetings with residents about this, and it had been temporary. And also, Bill number 10148 was the ordinance authorizing a street closure and right-of-way modification on North Moore Drive at Lynn Meadows, also in the 7th Ward. And Ms. Pagano met with residents on both issues, and they were temporary, the closures. Now they're going to be permanent. They're going to do some work on the site. They'll do some work around both closures, and it won't be the concrete barricades as you see now. It'll be something different of a blockage, and it'll be more cosmetic for the neighborhood. And I think it should help with the traffic on Washington. We had an ordinance 1010149. It was authorizing certain speeds on our traffic table, allowed for a change in the posted speed limit on Patterson Road from Newhalls Ferry Road to Highway 67. It's going to go from 35, from 35 to 30. Mr. Caputa was involved with that change. We need to have the speed limit dropped on that sign, so that was passed. We had ordinance 10151, authorizing a use of a CNC fish and chicken for a restaurant at 1141 North Highway 67. Ordinance 10152 with the Bolin towing services. They came to us last meeting, and they wanted to, had a public hearing, and they wanted to create more space for more vehicles and improve the property. They've had some vacancies back there through the years, and they acquired some land and some of the vacant property so they can store more vehicles. And they are going to do some improvements to the property, to the fence, so that's a added plus for that business. We had a 10153 ordinance was Bill 10153, I apologize, just to correct the parcel plat, the correct number on that of the address on Halls Ferry Road. We had some bond work at 10154, bill ordinance to clean up some of the city's outstanding general obligation bonds, paying certain costs for defeasance and authorizing certain other actions in connection not to exceed $400,000. And the last two bills for second reading concerned our new compensation plan for seasonal employees and for our permanent part-time employees. In our budget, the city, full-time city employees received a 4% raise, and this is just to take care of our seasonal employees and our permanent part-time employees. We gave them an increase in their pay and compensation, which is very warranted, and we have some good seasonal and part-time employees, and we need to take care of them, and the administration did so. We had one board appointment. In Ward 7, Ms. Pagano appointed Russ Gedemeyer to the Planning and Zoning Commission. And last week, we appointed Kevin Kelly from the 6th Ward to our Planning and Zoning Commission. All our boards and commissions are very important, and I thank the people who volunteer their time and effort on those boards and commissions. This board is particularly important. They do a lot of work with projects that want to come into the city, and it's very detail-oriented. And last week we put Kevin Kelly on from the 6th Ward, like I said, and I want to thank Mr. Gettemeyer and Mr. Kelly for doing this. It's very detail-oriented and time-consuming, and there are two worthy people to put on there. I'd like to thank Mr. Dan Sullivan, who just got off the Planning and Zoning Commission. He's a former councilman, and he did a lot of great work on the council and on the Planning and Zoning Commission. I want to thank him for his service on both the City Council and for the Planning and Zoning Commission. There was a liquor license for the drink for Louis Italian Ice on Shackelford. Unfortunately, the petitioner wasn't here, so we postponed that to our January 12th meeting. The other two requests were from Mr. Fadi Shahis, and he is taking over the old Travers property on 1180 North Highway 67 and put an auto dealer in there. And he's also taking over the service and the body portion of that facility, and he's going to do repairs to those cars and to other folks off the street who need their car repaired or worked on. They're going to do painting, body work, and tire work. And at that location that had been vacant for a period of time, and it's a good location on Lindbergh, and I think they'll do really well there, and I'm glad Mr. Mulcahy, our Economic Development Director, worked hard to get somebody in there to that property. Bills for first reading, there are two ballot issues that are going to be on the April of 26 ballot concerning charter changes. We had an executive session concerning that, one of those topics, and there's some things in the charter, the way we do bids and purchasing procedures and budgeting procedures, that can be done a little easier and will save the city staff an immense amount of time doing that process. So we're going to put that on the ballot, and to hopefully the city and the administration will do an education campaign telling the voters, explaining the whole process to those changes. In the three readings, first reading for the auto facilities on 1180 North Highway 67, we gave three readings to those so Mr. Shahis and his partner can get up and moving right away and start doing their business right away. I'd like to thank everyone who came by. The Team Food Pantry food drop-off at Bangert Park on Saturday was sponsored by the Florissant Chamber of Commerce and the City of Florissant. I'd like to thank everybody who donated. It's a great cause, the Team Food Pantry. I'd like to thank the mayor and Councilman Caputa and Councilman Manganelli for working there, and everybody who did work, volunteer, taking the donations. The mayor's wife was even there, Lori, and she's always at these events, and she does a great job. I'd like to wish all the residents of the city of Florissant a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'd like to wish my wife, Mary, a happy anniversary. Our anniversary is December 10th. We've been married 43 years. And I'd just like to wish her happy anniversary. I'm Keith Schildroth, Ward 5 City Councilman. If any of the residents of Ward 5 ever need to get a hold of me about anything, my number is 314-839-2927. It's my landline. I answer it every day. or you can get me on my email at ward5@fluorescentmode.com. Thank you.